Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a beginning of the month for March Tarot Oracle reading. And Taurus, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Taurus, we still all have a little bit of Taurus in us. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Taurus in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so just take what works and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching this video at this time, it's perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that might give you further clarity. I'm going to begin the reading now with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and also I'm just letting you know that about the first 2/3 of this reading will be tarot, and then I will clarify for those of you that want further clarification in the last third of the video with my oracle tales from the vector. All right, so we have the underlying energy here is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands represents marriage, actually, in the tarot. So this is saying that a commitment of marriage is very possible here if that's what you're looking for. It also, what it means is it's the beginning of that fulfillment. So you have to, you have the mortgage or you have the down payment for your castle, but you still need to make mortgage payments. It's that kind of energy. So you have accepted the offer, or you have proposed and they've accepted the offer, and now you're planning the wedding, but you have to also remember to work on the relationship in the marriage. This card also represents 1111 energy. It's a portal that we go through. This is when the universe is speaking to us in synchronicity. And you'll know if you've crossed into the 1111 portal or the 111 portal, because you'll start seeing 1111 and 111 and versions of that everywhere you go. And that's the universe's way of speaking to us through synchronicity. I'll give you an example of this. This is like how it is once you've entered this portal. It's you're sitting at your computer, and all of a sudden you look, oh, it's 11:11, and then you remember, oh yeah, I've got that appointment at 1:30. I've got to check it out. How far, you go to Google Maps to find out how long it's going to take you to get there and what's the address. Well, it's at 1111 11th Avenue, and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then it's 11 minutes from where you live, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you get in your car, and as you're leaving the house to get in your car and drive to the appointment, and you glance at the clock as you're leaving, and it's 1:11. You're like, okay, now this is getting weird. And then you get caught in traffic, and because there's a detour, and the car in front of you on the license plate is 111. And you're like, oh, okay. And so this energy is the universe saying to you, at this time, you are manifesting at a very high level. Be careful what your thoughts are, because you want to be focused on where you want to go, not on the problems and how you're going to get there, because that's the vibration that you're sending out. And so, and it's really weird, because then you'll notice, oh my goodness, when I was, when the 111 or 1111 hits, it's like I was having a negative thought and I wasn't even aware of it. And then you start to have fewer, like you're paying more attention to your thoughts after that. It's really an interesting phenomena a lot of people have experienced. And it's funny. It makes you laugh. Like, it's like, oh no, there it's 11:11 again. What was I thinking about? And it feels good to know that the universe is paying attention to you as well, like as you're paying attention. And this is talking about an energy. Like, now this is really different energy, isn't it? Because this is what you want, and this is your internal forces, the energy, the underlying energy for that. And so this is talking about being in a mental prison. These cards have been coming up a lot in the readings, in all of my readings in the last week or two. And I feel it's because of the energy of what's out there right now, with all the files coming out and everybody going like, wow, what the heck, it's kind of like hard to believe kind of energy, and really upsetting for many people. And so this energy, though, is talking about being caught in a mental prison. And for some, and we're seeing this starting to be played out now, they might even end up in prison because of these files. Not everybody is guilty just because their name is in them, but there's some information coming out regarding some of them, and it's already, you know, we had a member of the monarchy like arrested yesterday morning, and that's like unheard of. Like the last time that someone's been arrested that's in the royal family was back in 1650 something, you know. And so like that's a major shift in energy right there. And that's kind of what a lot of people are dealing with right now in the news. You turn it on and there it is. So, you know, you don't have to turn on the news, but it's good to know what's going on and just find out and get the heck out of there as quickly as possible. But this is talking about someone, like it feels like you're duty bound. Quite often this energy feels like you can't get out of a situation because you feel like you are duty bound to it. That could represent a marriage, if you're in a marriage, that you're wanting to leave it and you don't know how to go about doing it. And this is talking about a lot of tears being cried. I feel like this energy is saying, like in the beginning, you've worked through these thoughts. So it's, you know, there's 8 swords here, but there's only 1 here, and now you're getting ready. You're thinking, okay, I'm ready. Your right foot is on dry land now, and your left foot is still in water, but it's very shallow, and that represents emotions. I'm not saying your emotions are shallow, but that it's like a puddle now instead of like the water that maybe was there. All this makes me kind of feel like this is someone who's been crying a lot of tears, and love is blind, and it usually, you know, with this card could represent some sort of energy of that. So yeah, this is really a good time for you. Oh, this goes here, sorry. This is the internal forces that you're experiencing at this time and the underlying energy for them. And let's get the first card out. We have, okay, you have a strong foundation. Sometimes this can represent, like if you're in this energy and you're wanting to leave a marriage, being really concerned about money. You do have a strong foundation here. And this card's been coming out a lot too, because this is a time for really, you know, understanding what you want in life and moving towards that and doing it like methodically, basically. So this is talking about you have a strong foundation for Pentacles. Pentacles, you know, represent our health, wealth, happiness, abundance in the 3D. This represents lifestyle, not just money. Money is a part of it, but this card is about the 3 levels of making money, and this is having a strong foundation that you can stand on, and also, but not really wanting to have a lot of risk because you don't feel like you have enough to risk. It's just enough kind of energy. And then we have the heart desires, and then we have the crown and glory. So this individual has their back to the city because they're leaving their comfort zone. So this could represent the energy that you're in. On some level, you need to leave your comfort zone so that you can move forward out of this situation and have a stronger base, you know, and be able to take a few risks here, calculated ones. And this is talking about not playing small at this time. That you deserve your crown and glory, you deserve your heart's desires, and but just to make any calculated risks at this time. It's actually a really good time to plan because we're caught in the middle of between 2 eclipses right now. This is the 22nd when this comes out. And so we've been in the energy of the Chinese New Year, the fiery horse energy now for about 5 days. And that was when we had the new moon energy, and that new moon energy is waning off a little bit now. But that was really talking about the needs of the group as opposed to the individual. And also the energy, it was a solar eclipse. And it was you know, in Aquarius and Leo, so there was quite a push and pull in that energy. And it also was the New Year, for the New Year's Day, as well as the new moon. So there was a lot of energy being played out, and for your energy, it's just for you, the Taurus energy really wants to know that they have a strong foundation when it comes to their safety. You know, you like to know that you have enough to feel safe. And then we have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is talking about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth coming out, so help you God. So there might be a situation here that happened, and you want the truth of it so that you can make strong choices moving forward, which is a really good idea. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, this is basically saying this is what you have, and this is what you feel you should have. And so this is pre-Empress energy. Like, it feels like you feel like you should have 9 pentacles and you only have 4. Now that could be, you know, if you have, you know, if you're leaving a marriage because of some sort of energy here, then, you know, half of 9 is basically 4.5. So this could be your concern here, and it has you maybe thinking, should I leave or not? Like, can I? Like, am I going to be able to afford just to have the basics in life? And so but this is talking about being in the Empress energy, where you know, you know, this is talking about the ratio of how you use your money. And she knows that she's always got her hand on 6 pentacles, and these 3 represent, you know, more risky investments, the kind of energy of like, oh, charity, giving it to charity, or even helping out a family member. And this is like having the foresight. That's what the falcon represents. And the pre-Empress energy is saying that the Empress has all the qualities of all 4 queens rolled into one person. And that energy is through life experience. So this is talking about you've learned a lot from when this relationship started, whenever that was. You've learned a lot, and it may not be that you want to leave it, but something has happened that's got you in your mind, and you want the truth of the situation. And so this is talking about, you know, wanting a change of environment. And sometimes a change of environment is the best thing. Now, whether or not you want that with your partner or not, I'm not sure as of yet here. Let's see. We have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, yeah, it's talking, this generally can talk about someone who's getting a divorce. And this is kind of the feeling I'm getting, or wanting to separate for sure. And this is talking about, she has her right sword up and in her right hand, like she's ready to wield it. She's got her left hand out. So she's saying, like, I wanted to have a happy marriage and all this fulfillment, but I ended up like this. I've been there, I've done that, I bought the t-shirt, I'm done with this bullshit, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not putting up, I'm not tolerating whatever caused this relationship to go in this way. And you're seeking the truth in the, like, you want the whole truth. You don't want just some half-assed truth. You're saying, like, if you're going to come into me and talk me out of this divorce, I need to know exactly what was going on, because I can see I'm missing pentacles here. And I feel like there's been something happening here, and it has. I'm not staying in this marriage just because I promised I would. I promised I would stay in this marriage with someone who was loyal to me, not someone who's sneaking around behind my back. And that's exactly the energy I'm picking up here. Her head is above the clouds, and she's, yeah, I'm willing to receive this, but it better be a really good reason why we are where we are right now. And so she's quite cold now, like, and she's like not willing to entertain any bullshit. Off with your head. Like, I'm done. And then this is talking about the wheel of destiny is turning. And so this is something I feel like is, I feel like this energy is, it's not like the Queen of Swords is making this decision lightly. But it's kind of like she's had it, like, and that's just the energy. And unless she can find out exactly what went on and at least be able to trust that, then she's not going to, you know, and this energy can be talking about, you know, we're moving into a season of eclipse right now. We just had that one on the 17th, but at the beginning of March now, we are moving into, on the 3rd of March, there's going to be a full moon That full moon is going to be in the sign of Virgo, and the sun is going to be opposing in Pisces. And so this energy is talking about, you know, the Virgo energy is wanting your ducks in order, especially in your domestic life. And so especially for a Taurus, this is like, you can't stand when the energy is not orderly in your home. Like, and you like to know that you have enough. Like I said, you like to have the luxuries in life that you can afford to have, and you like to know that they're there. It's really important for Tauruses to feel safe when it comes to finances and stuff. Some people like to be more risky. Taurus energy is more, no, I want to know that I have the pentacles. Like, this is pentacle energy. And I want to know at least that I have a strong foundation and that I know I can pay my bills, basically. And then, so this energy is really going to be, you're going to be feeling it because this is important to you. And this is talking about, like, the Virgo moon is talking about wanting it to be in alignment so that your domestic life supports everything else you do. And that's really smart to get into that energy. And also the energy of Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer, coming up into the last days of the month here. And that kind of energy is, it provides support for your domestic goals, to support the rest of your goals. So this is a good time to be in that energy. Having said that, be aware that in eclipse season, it means you're hyper-focused on one area of your life, and it can cause you to have blind spots in other areas. So just be aware of that. And we also do have Mercury going into retrograde on the 26th of January until the 26th of February until the 20th of March. And so the whole beginning of March, there could be like communication glitches and stuff. Traditionally that happens, but it's also a really good time to revisit the past and kind of, oh, okay, I could have done this or that. Get your paperwork in order. Here in Canada, it's tax season. I'm sure it's tax season everywhere. It's always tax season. What do they say? The one thing you can always count on, or the three things, is death or two things, death and taxes. And so this is talking about the Wheel of Fortune is about to be spinning in your favor. And this is that, I feel like this is that energy I just spoke of the energy of what did I say here? I'm just wanting to make sure I get this right. It was Jupiter. Yeah, I was thinking, is it Venus? No, it's Jupiter. So it's not about the love so much, but it's about the good luck coming in for you, and in areas of your domestic life, which means a lot to you. And so this is the past, the present, and the future coming together. And it's saying, as long as you stay on your destined path that God put you on in this planet, that you're going to, you know, things are turning in your favor now. We have, oh, and we have the Empress now. Look at that. And see, this is the Venus energy coming in, and this is Taurus energy all over, like, but a real mature version of it, because Taurus is the energy of the toddler, and like, you're the second sign in the zodiac, and it's learning the give and take in life, and it's saying that you are definitely moving into Empress energy. With this energy, if you kind of stick to your guns and move into that way. So this is really good. This is saying, like, this energy is being supported by, it feels like it's something that you've given the thought to. Like, the Empress she has the qualities of the discernment now that was maybe missing before, of knowing how much to give and take, because that's the Taurus energy, is learning how to give and take. And you're in this elevated position of it now, putting you into this Empress energy. And the Empress is like absolutely overflowing with abundance, and she is absolutely able to produce at a high level, like, and it's so like she's like a magnet. What she wants, she plants that's what the wheat here represents. She plants the seeds and then she just expects nature to for sure do that for her. She's said to be pregnant with possibility, and this can also mean she's pregnant. So that could be, for some of you, it could be an issue. Maybe you are pregnant, or something, that, or your partner is pregnant, and that could be causing some sort of energy also here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knights would, take messages for the King and Queen, and they would transfer, communication from, by horse. So they would, go from kingdom to kingdom and get the answer and then bring it back. These days, the communication is much quicker. It's going to be, it could be in person, but unlikely by horse, but you never know. But this energy is talking about, a communication coming in about pentacles here. And like, this is the 10th pentacle of the 9 here. So this is talking, the thing is with the Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. Like, he's so slow. It's so annoying at times. It's like, get here already. And this is like a phone call, a text message, an email. It could be paperwork of some sort. You might see something on social media. Someone might message you there. You could watch the news and see something on the news that inspires you to, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. It's that kind of energy. So this is coming in. And quite often, the good news is that although the Knight of Pentacles is slow, when the information does come in, it's usually a strong offer that has a lot of truth to it. And quite often, it can represent a legacy of wealth. So generational wealth coming in. And this is information maybe that you've been waiting for, and it's now finally going to come in. And hopefully it comes in before the retrograde here. It doesn't get slowed down by that. Oh, and because this energy of meeting your soulmate. So this is actually your house of marriage, commitment, and partnership. So it could be like you've been waiting to hear from someone, did they accept your offer of marriage or whatever? And maybe they are pregnant, and like in you, this is transition here. So this is saying that on some level here, you feel like this is your soulmate, and that this is a major transition for you. Like maybe you've never thought about ever getting married, and that's what this is about. Like just being like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that kind of a commitment and having a baby and all of this energy. It could be like, of course, you would feel a little bit bound up and duty bound in that, position. And then we have the sun coming in. Look at, there's the toddler. And so I'm just getting goosebumps. It's saying, you've got this. Come on, you've got this. You were born to be happy. You're riding that little pony. This is a toddler, fearless, just no reins, anything, no fear. You know you're on your destined path. If you've been gifted with a baby, well then, so be it. Then I'm really getting a lot of rushes here. So the sun represents God, and God says it doesn't matter how a baby is conceived or, how it comes in. Every single baby is a gift from God. They'll change your life in such beautiful ways, and the greatest form of love at all. It's the greatest product ever invented. And it's talking about this will give you a new passion for life. This is really good energy. Whether you're the one who's pregnant or you impregnated someone, it still is representing a lot of passion. And maybe you've been the kind of person that said, oh, I'm never going to have kids. Like, I just don't want that kind of lifestyle. But now it's kind of like you're in this situation, and maybe you can, you've been able to see a sonogram or whatever, a picture of the baby, and it's like, whoa, it's so fat. Like, it's just such a beautiful feeling. Like, it really, really is. And so this is even when you consider the miracle of it all, how perfectly, everything works out when there's a baby. Like, it's just like, oh, wow, it's just such a miracle. And then we have this energy of the King of Wands coming in. So this could, I feel like you might be the one that I'm reading for here that is pregnant. And this is maybe the person that has is the father, maybe, and that's the energy. And you might be like considering, like, wait a minute, this guy is like not like what I would consider to be someone that wants to get married. And like, he, you know, what if he's not marriage material? The King of Wands is known to be the sexiest of all the kings, and he is always looking. He's a visionary. He's always looking into the future. He loves to tackle new products. He's very sexy. He's the kind of guy you don't kick out of bed for eating crackers. You can forgive him anything because he's so charming. And it's like, oh, did you notice that I was doing a reading without you? This is my cat Stella. Yeah, I'm sorry. You were sound asleep. I didn't want to wake you up. I was hoping you'd sleep. Yeah. Okay. Her job is to sit on my lap and purr. So she's pissed off that I started a reading without her. She's so funny. Okay, now you have to be a good girl. And, you know, your job is to purr and raise the vibration. So you do that. We're only halfway through. You still got lots of time. She's so weird. All right. She just makes me laugh. You take your job so seriously. I know I started without you. All right. So she just loves the energy of the readings. So this is talking about this visionary, and you know, the thing is that the King of Wands is kind of the most likely to stray. A lot of people feel that way, but when they're committed, they commit. So I feel like this energy, the thing is about the King of Wands is something I noticed a while back. Like, they do have on their tunic, and or all the royal cards have this energy of the salamanders in the circle and the lion, and it represents protection from fire. And that protection from fire, like, this is on the back of his throne. And when I noticed one day, oh, it looks like eyes and the smoke coming out of the nose, and then the smoke coming out of the mouth. And this is the element of fire, right? So where there's smoke, there's fire. So he's smoking hot. But at the same time, you know, think, oh, well, like, you know, I've noticed he has a bit of a straying eye. Is he going to be marriage material? That's your concern. Is he going to give in to temptation? Because you do not want to be, you're saying, I do not want to be yoked to someone that I always have to be worried that they're going to give in to temptation, and they're always going to want to be with someone else. And I you know, it's kind of like an energy of not being able to trust that, the temptation aspect there. And so let's just see what this is about. This is, you know, the devil, you're not going to get the truth from it. So we're just going to take a look here. I always cover the devil with another card to see, okay, what is the energy here? And, you know, what is this about? And the devil always sends in a minion to do their dirty work. And like, this is talking about the energy of the Knight of Swords. So the energy of the Knight of Swords is that you're very perceptive here, because you want to know where there's smoke, there's fire, and you have some sort of superstition or some kind of suspicion that he has strayed on you in the past. And is this just your imagination, or is this real? So you want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, God, or you're not going to get into a relationship with him, whether you're pregnant or not, because you're not up for it. That's the energy. So I don't know if like, this energy is representing how you feel about his energy. I feel it's not necessarily how he feels about the energy. So this is talking about, you know, you feel like you'd be foolish to rush into a relationship with him if he's, you know, if he's going to be in this energy, this of only be halfway in it, you know. You know, it's this can represent a fool rushing in. So, you know, this is saying, if you have those, if you're concerned about that, that's something you need to work on definitely before you would make a commitment like that. And being pregnant would be like, of course, you're like, oh, okay, now what? And so this is why I feel like what's got you duty bound, because you want to marry him, and but you want to make sure that he's not in this player energy. So maybe, you know, that's something that like you're going to have to work on together, I guess, to get through and make that decision. And if you have suspicion, like getting to the truth, sometimes this can even represent getting a private eye, like someone that, you know, a private detective to look into someone for you. But I was just thinking that, you know, really, hell hath no worry, and hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And that a woman in that space can do better research than the FBI and the CIA combined. So it is like, if you need to get to the truth, and also there's that question right there, like if you really do have this feeling like this is a possibility, then why do you have that feeling? Is that coming from you and your internal forces, or is this coming from external forces, you know, around you? Because let's look into it. We're going to clarify this. If you're leaving off now and this is like, nope, good enough, I'm done with him. Off with his head. If I don't want to have any doubts. And hey, you have that right. Then we, you know, just give us a like and comment anyway. It helps me build my channel. And also, you know, consider subscribing if you resonate to the energy of the channel. I'm going to clarify now with my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, and I started this in 2007. And that's an interesting thing as well. On March 3rd, 2007, there was energy almost exactly like this. So if you can think back, what were you doing on March, you know, the beginning of March in 2007? It might give you some further clarity to the situation. Maybe you had a lover back then that was in this player energy, and you're blaming this one for those, you know, it's bringing up that energy. Be really careful about making judgments right now, like, you know, like real harsh judgments, because remember, it's eclipse season, so you're hyper-focused on one area and maybe missing some facts in another. So it's kind of like, you know, this is not a good time for impulsive energy. Really allow yourself to kind of chill out a little bit here. All right, so this energy of my Oracle, I started it in 2007. I was just about to say that. And in 2020, I finished all the paintings. And so this energy is talking about the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I am getting it ready to print and bring out. And I'm working on the information that goes with the booklet that goes with it. And so I just want to play with the cards a bit. You may have noticed that sometimes things on paper don't work out so much in actual... Oh, like there we have it. These are the cards that want to pop out. Okay, right here. So we have... All right, so for the underlying energy, it's the trauma queen energy. So this energy, this could be also a woman in her masculine energy, and this could be a male in his feminine. So it just depends. Like, so and the Empress, generally the Empress energy though is that of a divine feminine energy, like a very feminine energy. But this is like not wanting drama. If you get married, you've made up your mind. I don't want drama in my marriage. I don't want to have a drama queen, whether it's male or female. Then we have the moon, and this is talking about having reckless abandon, W-R-E-C-K. So reckless abandon is when you discipline your mind, and then you'll have the freedom to make stronger choices using your intuition as well as your logic. And also recognizing it's an eclipse season. So if you're hyper focused on one part of your life, like about, and of course, like it's that nesting energy. If you are pregnant, you might just be pregnant with possibility. But if you are pregnant, then that nesting energy is really, really intense, and it can override everything else. So just be aware of that, especially for a Taurus. Taurus, like as I said, you like to know that you're safe. And this is the manifester energy, so being able to manifest from your sacral chakra. Well, the best manifestation from your sacral chakra would be a baby. That's the ultimate, really, isn't it? And then we have some Leo energy coming in. This energy could be the Leo energy because it's representing the wands. Could also be more like Sagittarius or Aries. Having said that, I'm not really looking at the signs as individuals. I'm looking more at the potential of the signs. So this is saying like that this energy of the Leo is about a leader. And I'm just getting, that's the kind of man you want. You want someone or a woman that you want in your life. You want someone that you can count on, and that like they can take the leadership role as well as you, so that you're not always having like someone that you can rely on. I feel like that's so important to the Taurus energy. Then we have the strength and the integrity to dig deep, you know, to get to this level where you have learned the give and take. How much do I want to invest in something, and how much do I want to receive from my investment, and having the strength to really demand that in your life. Then we have the destruction. And so, yeah, it's kind of like this energy is talking. Sometimes this can be because this is in the position of your emotional foundation, possibly from, I'm just getting like, if really look back at that 2007 energy at the beginning of March, like I feel like there's something significant there. And then there can also be energy around that same time in March in 1988 and 1980, if you go all the way back then. And I feel like if you're like kind of at this marriage age and having a family and that, what is it, 26, so you would be around that, you know, in 1980 you would still be a young child, and this could be fears from your childhood because of the way that your parents dealt with their relationships. And quite often this will represent a separated or divorced individual. So you might have been raised in a home where there was divorce by a single parent kind of energy and just never wanted that to happen to you. And here you are now, and if you are pregnant, like really concerned about that. And then we have the wheels of fortune are turning. The good news is that, you know, you are every baby, like God says, and this is God's plan. On the wheel of fortune is the on one of these wheels, it's actually 3 wheels coming together, are the Hebrew letters for the name of God. And so this is actually representing, the word is tetragrammaton, and that is the fractal nature of the universe and how the universe, how nature manifests. And it's talking about the absolute perfection, you know, in the fractions of manifestation of like, you know, it's in every area of life. Like in a face, we have those fractions. You know, the perfect face, like model face, has exactly the perfect 1.618. They're nesting in each other. And it's also, you can see it in seashells and in starfish and flowers and, you know, in fruit and all sorts of, like in nature. And so this is talking about the beauty of the natural way of, you know, the natural course of life, basically, and being able to really enjoy this energy and breathe through it. And like this is kind of talking, you know, what do they tell you when you're a mother and you're in labor, what they call labor, you know, it can be a beautiful experience actually, and they tell you to breathe, because if you learn how to breathe through it, then you are going to be able to move with the energy of the pain and not fight it. You know, that's the kind of energy. We have the Emperor, so this is interesting because this is talking about you know, that I feel like the father of your baby is rising up to this Emperor energy. Really interesting. That's like really a good energy. If he, I feel like if you're a woman and you're an Empress now, generally an emperor is alpha male and the empress is ultimately female, and if you're pregnant then you're very female. So this could be, if you're in that situation, the father of this child wants to level up to your energy here of you being pregnant and do the right thing and be responsible and be the father and husband that you need him to be. That's really beautiful energy. That's really happy. I'm getting goosebumps from that. That's really a sigh of relief for me. For you. So this is about being attached. And so this energy is the mother of all karmic spaces is attachment. So when you become so attached to something that you are willing to, make concessions in other areas. And so this energy is what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So this is marriage, partnership, and commitments. So I do feel that you are attached to this person and they are attached to you. And, that's the way it should be. And like, this is the transition from soulmate energy, like what, bringing this energy, bringing a baby in together. Look at, this is ordained by God. So this is, God is smiling down on it. And then we have God here again, smiling down on the baby, saying, use your intuition. This is supposed to be a joyful time for you. It's going to be okay. This baby is being sent to you as for joy, like, so to improve your life, not to make you more worried. And then you can have passion. Make sure you use your third eye to look into the situation, so you're not just looking at the logical end of it, but you're in a position where you're willing to look at both sides, the spiritual and the this energy. Like, if you feel that this person is your soulmate and you're really close to him, but you have concerns because in his past he's been, had a roving eye kind of attitude. Maybe he's just never met his soulmate before, is what God is saying. And it could be that he's not your usual type either. And that's been coming up in a lot of the readings, where God's saying, I'm sending you someone who's not your type, for very good reason, because your type always leaves you disappointed. This is someone that is perfect for you. It just in a way that you're not used to. And the Hierophant is coming in. So this is talking about traditional structure, like that this is a blessing. The Hierophant is this can represent someone actually that could officially marry you in a church or in a court of law, as someone that can facilitate a marriage ceremony, actually. And the Hierophant, it's talking about traditional structure and wanting that in a relationship, and that this is a blessing, and this is in your house. This energy of this King of Wands is in your blessings and friendships and partnerships and love. That kind of energy, blessings coming into your life. And then this is the Sagittarius energy coming in. That Jupiter energy, talking about that Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer towards the end of this month. And that is actually really going to bring support into your domestic situation, which is right up your alley, Taurus. I feel really good about this. I feel like this energy, especially during an eclipse season, especially if your hormones are raging because of the pregnancy thing. If that is, you don't have to be pregnant, but like if you are, because it's coming up here, then recognize that you're probably a little bit more emotional than you usually are, and work through it. But don't just write someone off because you have suspicions, and really look into that energy. I really feel that for some of you, there might have been something that, and you'll go, and that will give you a place to start doing a lot more healing. This has been I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you have also enjoyed it. Please do give it a like and comment if you have. It really empowers me to build my channel. And consider subscribing if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. I will be back with the next reading, will be for that full moon energy coming in on March the 3rd. Bye for now. Sorry, little kitty, I gotta wake you up now.